Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of the Foolish Fish Esoteric News with your weekly updates on the worlds of esoteric and occult book publishing and arts and events and paraphernalia. I'm still on holiday for another 2 days. I'll be home very shortly, but in the meantime I just want to welcome you to this week's edition. And I want to thank you for joining me, and I want to thank miskatonicbooks.com for joining me as well and for sponsoring the show. Thank you, miskatonicbooks.com. As always, if you don't know miskatonicbooks.com, head straight down to the description. You'll find the link down there to miskatonicbooks.com, and you'll find all the most exciting new releases, but also older books that have been released a little while ago and that have been out of print possibly, and that are difficult to find. These little independent publishers, they sometimes make smaller runs of books because they just can't afford to make larger runs of books, right? They're not huge corporations, and that is why they can manage to put out great quality material in beautiful formats, but it very often entails small batches that sell out very fast. So if you are after a particular book and it's sold out for a little while, then do head over to miskatonicbooks.com. You're likely to find what you're looking for, and if you don't find what you're looking for, there's probably a page for that thing that you're looking for with a reservation slot, so you can just put your email address in there and they'll send you an email as soon as they have the book on their shelves. It's like a notification system, so that you are the first to find out when they get that book back on their shelves. As you can see, yeah, I mean, I'm just scrolling through the front page here, but you can really get a deep dive with this stuff and find some wonderful publications from around the world. There we go, from lots of very cool publishers. Right, well, one of the things that Miskatonic Books are doing right now is that they are making a new edition, a second edition of Friedrich Nietzsche and the Left-Hand Path by Shea Belay, which had previously been released by Atramentus Press, if I remember correctly. This new edition features a thoroughly revised and refined text, along with an extensive new chapter that significantly expands the scope and depth of the original work. So I say this quite regularly, it's quite difficult to find reliable, high quality content regarding the Left-Hand Path, and Shea Belay is one of the rare authors that I implicitly trust to actually know what he's talking about and not just be making a quick buck off gullible people who just don't have enough information out there to make an informed judgment. So yeah, Shea Belay's Friedrich Nietzsche and the Left-Hand Path is one of those good quality Left-Hand Path books that I can recommend. It's really nice to see it getting a second edition. It looks like that cover's going to be quite nice, and it's a Miskatonic Books imprint, Infernal House. They have several, and Infernal House is their imprint under which they publish Left-Hand Path style type books, and so that'll be coming out quite soon. I'll keep an eye out for that for you, and I'll keep you updated on how that goes. And as you remember, it looks like, as you remember, Shea Belay has a course available online on miskatonicbooks.com, and he's saying that as an added bonus, those who purchase before August the 1st will receive a code for 25% off the enrollment on his 18-week Left-Hand Path course, The Fire and the Wine. It's very nice stuff happening there. Okay, we've got news from Anathema Publishing. You know that Anathema Publishing are one of my favorite publishers over here. And let me just get rid of this. There we go. No, there we are. Here we are. As the title of this sale clearly hints at, we'll be offering a site-wide sale, 15% off everything, or almost everything, on July 11th, 12th and 13th. So that's, I'm recording this on Thursday 10th. So yeah, if you're watching this video around the time that I'm releasing it, the sale is currently happening. So this is the weekend of Gabriel's birthday. So happy birthday, Gabriel. This is very cool stuff. This, for all intents and purposes, is going to be the only sale This will be the only sale we'll do this summer, as we're slowly but surely preparing to announce a few new costly projects in the works, as well as a most special offer to help us fund these projects. So that's very, very nice. You just need to enter the code BDAY, so birthday, right? B-Day sale 15 to get 15% off everything in the web shop. Including the books, the art prints, the music, the artifacts, the Ad Astra services, and the José Gabriel Alegría Sabogal originals, but unfortunately excluding a few artisanal editions on which we do not even make a 15% profit margin. Hence, we would lose money if we were to include these. It's fair enough, it makes sense. But if you do head over to Anathema Publishing, you'll see that there's a lot of very, very cool stuff, and including some stuff from outside Anathema Publishing as well. So that's really very cool indeed. This Flux Arcana Tarot, oh my goodness, I want it so badly. It's so nice, and it's lovely to see it being offered on anathemapublishing.com. And if you don't know what this Endymion is, the state of entropy, I actually did a review of this a few years back, so go and check that out. It's a very, very cool little new book. And of course there's all the Shandy AZK pendants and charms and talismans and all the wonderful stuff that you are used to finding on Anathema Publishing's website. So go ahead and head over there right now for the weekend sale. All right, a couple of books that I wanted to draw your attention to on Troy Books. The first is The first is The White Magic book by Mrs. John Le Breton. So initially published in 1919, it first explores the nature of magic and the power of the mind, with its ability to shape reality in a world and time in which wonders of science, seen not long before as magic, had become reality. The book then reveals unto the reader a system of divination that can be mastered by anyone willing to engage the unseen forces that lie within every person. The power of thought, will, and focused intent. So this sounds nice. Troy Books have been publishing some new editions of traditional works, and a lot of folk magic, a lot of English folk magic, and just British folk magic in general. And yeah, this seems to be another one of those, and it's now available as a hardback edition and as a paperback edition. We had the special edition a little while ago, and it seems like there are a few of those left as well. I wanted also to draw your attention to a book that came out a little while ago, but just so happens my brother, so I'm here in France, right, and my brother lives here in France, and he told me the other day that he had an encounter in his garage with a black dog. And then, or rather, actually, his partner had such an encounter, went to get my brother, and they went back into the garage, and it was gone. And there was footage of this dog being there and then not being there, and certainly not exiting out of any of the doors. So that was kind of fun. And so I thought to myself, I think that rings a bell. And so here it was, Black Dog Folklore. And Mark Norman has written this book about Black Dog Folklore. It's fascinating stuff. So many ghosts appear or behave in a way that seem less naturalistic than symbolic. And this is certainly true of the image of the black dog. It's telling that apparitions of ghostly black dogs have been sighted, felt, heard, and experienced in an unnatural way by people of nearly a millennium now, and yet people stumble across information about them by chance when attempting to provide themselves with an explanation for what has occurred. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. There we go. So yeah, I thought I might as well talk about this on the news and let you know that there is in fact a book available on the topic. So that's really cool. Aeon Sophia press release a book once in a while. Please remember that Aeon Sophia Press is just one guy and it's not his main job, so be very patient. You know, if you're going to order directly from Aeon Sophia Press, this is the recommendation that I can make to you at the start of this. But they very often make some very good quality, some nice books, right? So yeah, for those of you who might live outside of Europe, you could wait for miskatonicbooks.com to have these in stock and so on. But yes, nice books. But please be patient. If you're ordering directly from aeonsophiapress.com, you may find communication difficult as well. Okay, with that said, what I can say is that there is a trilogy that has just been not just announced but released. Okay, so I've been waiting for the message to appear on Facebook. Yeah, we'll be posting updates on Facebook and Instagram when they're actually available and it's no longer pre-order. The website doesn't seem to have been updated yet. I'm not sure, but or I may be mistaken, or I may have misunderstood something. But what I can say is that they are now available. I've seen pictures of the final books, and it's a trilogy of books, right? Volumes 1, 2, and 3 of the Black Star of Nuit. So it's a bold and esoteric journey through the heart of occult philosophy, fusing left-hand path magic with thelemic mysticism to forge a radical new vision of spiritual evolution. Rooted in the symbolism of both the Tree of Life and the Clipot, the book explores the central tension between unity and separation, between the divine order imposed by the demiurge and the liberating chaos of self-deification. So yes, Aeon Sophia Press publish quite a lot of left-hand path materials. Some of it is actually of quite nice quality, I've got to say that the books that I have received from Aeon Press have been really nice inside and out, and some care has clearly been put into their creation, so that's really nice. I'll let you read the entire blurb of the full 3 volumes. I believe it's possible to order just one of the volumes, but I'll let you explore that at your own leisure directly on the aeonsophiapress.com website that I will link for you down below. Next, we've got a little book for you here, The History of Alchemy, Influences on Culture, Science and Society. I'm not going to remove this from my cart, folks. You can see that I'm looking at this tinned edition of the Rider-Waite-Smith Centennial edition with the lovely original artwork, but as a tin which is smaller than the regular deck, and I just want to keep it in my pocket. Little aside. Okay, that's not what this section is about. The section is about the history of alchemy, influences on culture, science and society by Peter J. Forshaw, and it's a hardcover that's recently come out, a richly illustrated exploration of alchemy's spiritual, philosophical and scientific legacy across cultures from antiquity to modern times. The etymological roots of alchemy are found in both the Arabic and Greek languages and refer to the process of transmutation that leads to a complete reunion with the original divine form. However, the esoteric practice of alchemy stretches all the way to India and China and has been practiced since at least the 4th century. During the Middle Ages, alchemy attracted many of the most prominent scholars of the time, strongly influenced by the classical theory of the elements. The alchemists based their hypotheses on Aristotle's ideas that everything can be created through different proportions of the 4 elements. From the 19th century onwards, alchemy has been wrongly reduced to a primitive pseudoscience with the sole aim of transmuting base metals into gold. However, this narrow interpretation ignores the true complexity of alchemy and ignores its deep philosophical and religious aspects. as well as its crucial contribution to the development of chemistry. This very, very cool sounding blurb here. This richly illustrated anthology presents a diversity of perspectives on how reciprocity, metaphysical connections, and the relationship between macrocosm and microcosm form the core of the philosophy of alchemy. Some of the world's most prominent researchers and academics gather to analyze the alchemical worldview and explore how esoteric currents of thought have shaped culture, society, and science. A very, very cool looking book, and yeah, I think yeah, some of you may be as excited as I am to see more of that. It seems to be in the same series as this Art of Alchemy, maybe. Certainly looks very like a very similar cover and a very similar format. All right. They are different authors. Okay, let's move forward, folks. On Sunday, so this coming Sunday, so if you're watching this video as it's coming out, it's tomorrow, or maybe the day after tomorrow, or maybe in a couple of days' time. I get home back to Poland from France on Saturday, fingers crossed, as long as the planes are actually going and the strikes have finished. So Sunday evening Central European time, right? So I'll be Warsaw time, and that'll be 8 p.m. Eastern time is 2 p.m. Anything else, I'm afraid I'll need you to work that out on your own. I'll leave a link down below so that you can find the live stream. It will be a live stream with Sarah Mastros, who is launching a new update. So this is the biggest update that the Fool's Dog phone app and iPad app has ever had. It's likely that if you're into tarot and you own a smartphone, you probably know the Fool's Dog. They do lots and lots of different decks. I mean, lots and hundreds of different decks. Maybe not hundreds, but I think it's just under 100 decks that they actually have. And the new application is launching for Apple, right? So Apple owners. It's launching for Apple on, well, I think it's just launched. It's literally just launched. And so we're having a demonstration and giveaways. So if you would like to get a free deck, come and join us. I believe Sarah wrote in the latest Fool's Dog newsletter that everyone attending will get a free deck. So I hope that's actually accurate. And some people, I know that there's going to be special deals for anyone who wants to buy all of the decks, right? So if you want every single one of the decks at a very, very special price, then definitely join us. But Sarah will also be doing some free reads, and so yeah, we'll be doing some activities and stuff, and it should be just a nice, relaxing time with me and Sarah, and it'll be live. So yeah. As I say, I'll leave the link down below, and then I'll leave more links on social media so you can find us on Sunday. So that's very exciting stuff, and I hope you will be able to join us. Good. We've got news from Lon Milo Duquette, who has a 4th edition of his Tarot of Ceremonial Magic that has just been released. This tarot deck is regularly out of stock, but it's so essential. It's such a great deck. It's such a wonderful deck for learning so many different aspects of ceremonial magic. And it's just wonderful to see that it is back in stock. You'll see these going for hundreds of dollars on eBay, but yes, just the regular, usual price of $40 per deck, and $5 for shipping within the US, and $30 for shipping outside of the US. Still significantly cheaper than what you'll be paying for a second-hand deck for. So that's very, very cool indeed, and that is directly available through the Magical Omaha Treasures for the Soul. All right, a couple of tarot decks that I found on Kickstarter for you. First of all, this Starry Enigma tarot cards. I love this so much. There's no information anywhere regarding whether it has been, whether AI has been used for this. It doesn't seem to me like it has. Right? It seems pretty clear to me that that no AI has been used here. I really like the colors, the style, the feel of the cards. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's a really beautiful deck. It's clearly been mirrored. You know, I'm not saying that there's no digital element to it, but just no AI rendered textures and elements on it. I don't think so. I think that they have to disclose it now on Kickstarter, if anything like that has been the case. I think it's beautiful. I hope you agree with me. There's a portable edition, there's a collector's edition, and it seems like buy both at the same time and get a slight reduction. But yeah, let's take a slightly closer look here. We've got the Empress, the Wheel of Fortune. Let me just, oh yeah, all the way down, yeah. Two of Wands, it's very pretty. Yeah. Page of Cups. Aren't they gorgeous? Aren't they lovely? Yes. I don't know, there's something stained glass window about them, which again, I sometimes see, but it's invariably it's artificial intelligence, so-called, involved in creating them. So anyway, the next thing that I wanted to show you was this, Three's the Charm, a magical triplet of mini oracle decks. Now, I got the Fated Oracle deck. It's just 13 cards, very specifically on the topic of relationships. And the artist, oh, I love the art so much. And so the artist has created 3 new decks, and they've each got their own feel. Let's see, the 6th, 7th, and 8th decks for this artist. So I only knew of one other. I'm clearly behind the times here, but yeah, you can get an idea of what they look like, what the artwork looks like. I really like the fact that they're little tiny decks. 13 cards is very often all you need, right? Explore further. Yeah, so this is the mini Moonlight Pocket Oracle. New moon, yes. Star-crossed, down to earth, full moon. This is the back, I guess. Written in the stars, waxing moon, liminal space, dream space, eclipse, switch for the stars, no, waning moon. Okay, so it gives you if you have a practice that involves the moon a lot, then this could be. This could speak to you, right? And then you've got the Supreme Small City, dream big, not never. So this is for yes/no questions, it seems, right? Percolate, yes. Show time, straight ahead, no. Hustle, etc. And then the tiny teacup pocket oracle. Obviously I want this, right? Obviously I want this, quite likely, no need to worry, etc. Right? So these are answering direct questions. I think they're beautiful. I think they're really lovely, really lovely, and some coins, of course. And then finally, my board game of the week is Sail Legacy. I actually own regular Sail, and Sail is it's quite a difficult cooperative game where you're trying to sail a pirate ship from one side of a board to another by laying down card tricks. That sounds like a magician thing, but no, it's just you know, if you put down a higher card than your colleague, actually your partner, because you're playing together. If one of you loses, then you both lose. So you lay down your cards, and whoever wins, the ship goes slightly towards you, but you can't communicate, so you don't know what you're each going to be playing. You've got to make an assumption based on what you know, on what you can see, right? And sometimes the ship is going to crash into the rocks, and you don't want that. So you want the ship to sail exactly where you want it to be. Very, very nice. Legacy means that you play one game and the outcome of that game is recorded and has an effect on the next game that you play, and a story very often unfolds in legacy games. So this is very, very cool. I love legacy games so much. My favorite legacy games ever is Pandemic Legacy Season 1. And that game is an expensive game, but it is one of the best memories that I have of gaming, full stop, bar none. Yeah, people will get upset, you know, oh, I'm only going to get to play it 12 times, and then it's I'm never going to get to play it again, it'll be the end of the game. Well, yes, that is true, but it will be the best game that you've ever played. I'm just saying that, right? I'll leave a link to Pandemic Legacy Season 1. Season 2 was good as well, very good in its own ways, but Season 1 was just so mind-blowing. I recommend playing just regular Pandemic before playing Pandemic Legacy. Anyway, so that's another game altogether. This Sail Legacy is a really nice idea, and yeah, it's my board game of the week. There we go, folks. That's what I got for you for this week. Thank you so much once again for joining me. Don't forget that I do one-to-one conversations. So if you'd like to ask me for some recommendations, books that are exactly appropriate for your path, regardless of what your background and baggage is, you know, whether you had a fundamentalist religious upbringing and you know, you're trying to find your way in the world, or on the contrary, you kind of very open-minded but not quite sure which direction might be best for you, you know, whatever it might be, let's have a conversation. We'll read your tarot, we'll find out, or not read your tarot if you prefer me not to read your tarot. We'll have a conversation, and we'll work out what works for you, and I'll give you a reading list and stuff that you can investigate to bring your practice forward, essentially, right? I would really appreciate if you left a thumbs up, click the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Hopefully I'll see some of you on Sunday for that Fool's Dog app launch with Sarah Mastros. That will be really very exciting. And if you haven't started to support the channel yet, then yeah, really the way which helps the most is by joining the Patreon, and links for that can be found down below as well. In the meantime, I hope you are all having a very nice weekend, wherever you're watching this. Do take care of yourselves, do take care of each other, and I'll see you very soon with another video. Bye-bye.